TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. Barcelona tonight have beaten Atletico Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitano. It was a tough game, it was a fierce game, it was a really tightly contested match, but Barcelona have come out the other side with a 1-0 victory, courtesy of the man himself, the man who tomorrow should pick up his 6th Ballon d'Or title. And what a way to do it. He took Atletico Madrid completely apart with a stunning goal. It's all coming right up. We've got to discuss this. Messi, he's at it again. And as always, in these big clashes, guys, today's video is coming to you courtesy of the OneFootball app, which you can find to download in the description down below. And I would highly recommend it if you want to stay updated with all the latest news, all the stats you'll need. It's right there on the OneFootball app. Let's get to it. And before we do start dissecting tonight's game, guys, I've got to say, first and foremost, it was a tough one tonight. And to be honest, it was nowhere near a brilliant performance from Barcelona. It was nowhere near the vintage Barcelona that we're all hoping for. But at the same time, it was better from the team in an away performance. And what I mean by that is, going to Atletico, going to the Wanda, facing a team like that, it's never easy. You ask any team who goes to face Atletico, it's such a difficult away game, and it's always difficult there to emerge, number one, with a clean sheet, and number two, with the 3 points. Tonight, we did both of those things. Believe me, we rode our luck. I'm going to talk about that now. And like I say, nowhere near perfect. But I did like the fight tonight. I did like the players actually taking it upon themselves to work hard, to play for each other, to get through the game. And ultimately, Messi was the difference. We all know about that. It was his magic in the end that saw us get the win. But in bad conditions, when the rain was pouring down in Madrid, Barça just about got through it. But like I say, guys, tonight we really did ride our luck at times, especially there in the first half. Lionel Messi may have been the match winner. He may have been the man who gave us all the 3 points at the very, very end. But in the first half, the man who kept us in this game, the man there who kept it at 0-0 so that we were able to go and win that game later on, it's all about Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. And yeah, we're relying on Messi, we're relying on Ter Stegen, probably over-relying on both of those two players. But what a performance, once again tonight, from, for me, the best goalkeeper in the world, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, with 2 point-blank world-class saves. One from Hermoso and one there from Alvaro Morata. We'll go over the first one first of all. It's out wide on the left-hand side. João Felix there, who was excellent, I thought, in the first half there for Atletico Madrid. He cut inside, really good ball, pinpoint pass at the back post there. He's unmarked Hermoso. He's coming in on it, the centre-back, strikes it towards goal. Ter Stegen, fantastic reflexes. He just gets his body in the way. He just tips it there, away from goal, gets in the way of it, and it's a magical stop from Ter Stegen. But the second one for me, it's actually even better than that. This time it's a cross coming in from the right-hand side. Alvaro Morata there, really close range, really central, heads it down with a lot of power, and Ter Stegen gets a really strong right arm out. He saves it there fantastically, keeps us in the game, and for sure, Ter Stegen tonight, one of the big heroes at the Wanda. And if we just talk about that first half there in a bit more detail, guys, because what the one thing I felt was from this game, particularly in that first half, and the way that Atletico maybe changed in the second half, and not for the better for them, was basically, in that first period, they were really coming at us. High energy, high intensity, they had the crowd behind them, they were working really hard, and pressing us so high in the field, and to be honest, we couldn't get out. The first half for us was much worse than the second half was, because without Busquets there in that holding role, Rakitic was playing there instead. We were struggling there with our build-up play. It was going into Rakitic, it was going into De Jong, it was going into Arthur, and we were struggling there to actually find the forward players. We were getting penned in, Atletico Madrid there, were turning the ball over, robbing us of possession, and that was quite often there, leading to chances which again could have gone another way. But luckily for us, we rode out that storm, we did stand firm, we kept ourselves in the game, waiting for that one opportunity. And it was actually quite intriguing tonight to actually watch that man, the man that we were waiting on for that one chance, Lionel Messi, because in the first half he was actually quite quiet. He actually gave the ball away a few times, maybe didn't actually look like his usual self. And Atletico Madrid were handling him really well there on the right-hand side. They actually started there Saul at left-back instead of Lodi. He was really defensive, and they also had Koke there as a sort of double cover, and they were really teaming up there to stop Messi, but he was just waiting. And few times on the counter-attack we saw opportunities open up. We didn't quite get our final pass right. We didn't quite get the finish there. Rakitic had a chance. Luis Suarez as well had a few shots there in and around the area. But just now as we were getting there, into the final 10 minutes, the game becoming a bit more open, Messi there comes alive in these kind of moments. And it was a wonderful, wonderful goal, a sweeping move, brilliant passing, brilliant exchanges, and a wonderful, wonderful finish. You can see here Lionel Messi picking the ball up just inside Atletico Madrid's half. And when he's there, this point in the game, you know he's going to drive at them. You know there, he's going to really, really go for this. And that's exactly what he does, running there at the heart of Atletico Madrid. And I was actually screaming at Messi, pass to Griezmann, because you can see there the pass to Griezmann, the passing lane, it's open, Griezmann with some good movement, he would be in the area there with a great chance to score. But Messi doesn't do that, because Messi, he's on an entirely different planet altogether, because he plays it into Suarez, and credit to Suarez once again, it's a brilliant little layoff, brilliant little touch there to put it perfectly back into the path of Messi, and the pass is so good that he doesn't need a touch. Messi there, running onto it, doesn't take a touch, first time, bang! Oblak, who by the way, alongside Ter Stegen, one of the world's best, he's nowhere near it. He is nowhere near that strike from Lionel Messi, and it's a wonderful moment, a wonderful goal that gives Barca the win. And like I say, guys, I wouldn't exactly describe this as a great performance from Barcelona. I do think our second half was much, much better than our first half. I think Atletico Madrid sat off a bit too much there. Simeone maybe a little bit negative in his ways in the second half. But I did feel as though Barca did hang in there. They did give some fight to it. They did show some heart. And that's what we want. Yeah, we want fancy football. We want dominance. We want control. We want the good, fluid passing football in the final third. But at the same time, we do want to see at times a bit of fight, a bit of heart there in the performance. And I did feel as though today we did see some of that. What I do have to talk about, though, is a few individuals, in particular, the way we set the team up today, a few subs that came on, and a few started in this game. Because this right here was Ernesto Valverde's starting lineup. Ter Stegen in goal, Junior Firpo there, Longley and Gerard Piqué returning there to the centre of defence, Sergio Roberto on the right-hand side, with Rakitic holding, Frenkie de Jong and Arthur Melo there returning to midfield, Griezmann, who is heavily booed every single time he touched the ball there against Atletico Madrid, out on the left-hand side, Suarez leading the line, and Messi there from the right-hand side. And the one thing that I would say, when you're talking there about Atletico Madrid pressing, and in particular our build-up, I do feel as though today, without Busquets, it would have been more beneficial if you were going to play Rakitic to actually play him there as an interior, as we saw against Dortmund, where he can make forward runs, where he can combine there with Lionel Messi, and instead, we could have had De Jong there, a bit deeper, a bit closer there to the centre-backs to help with that build-up, because I feel as though De Jong is much more press-resistant than somebody like Rakitic. He can help us at a dangerous areas, he doesn't panic as much in those kind of situations, and I think Rakitic there going forward, maybe as you saw there with the run that he had into Atletico's area, he could have done more on the offensive side, so I would have made that little change there if I was Valverde. The one big thing though from today's performance, and the glaring area really of this team that didn't work today, it was all about this left hand side, and in particular Junior Firpo did not have the greatest game of his life, and there's of course a distinct reason for that. Of course in the first half there was a big moment that sort of went against him. There was again Hermoso in our penalty area. It's a shot towards goal. Ter Stegen's got it covered. Firpo comes back in though, deflects it very nearly into his own net. It cannons off the post. Atletico Madrid, yet again, so close to taking the lead. And that, for me, really affected Firpo. Because I think against Dortmund, at the Camp Nou, he was comfortable, he was confident, he looked very good. But in this game, he seemed damaged there by that moment. And going forward then, he was very cautious, he was very careful about where he played the ball, he didn't make many forward runs. And actually throughout the game, Piqué had a word with him. Even Messi there had a few angry words of Firpo. He was saying, advance, I want to see you in more attacking areas, because Messi's always looking over here. He's always in that kind of area, and Messi wants those kind of runs. And I just felt today, like Firpo today, unfortunately, he wasn't quite at the race. It didn't quite happen for him. And when that happens in our full-back areas, it really affects the team in a negative way. And finally, guys, just one more thing there on the lineup and the team selection, and in particular, one sub that just absolutely blew my mind. What was Valverde thinking there to bring off Arthur Melo? For me today, in a difficult stadium, difficult occasion, he was outstanding. Every time he got on the ball, he looked to use it well, played some brilliant passes to Messi, looked to play in behind all the time, head up, looking around, making good balls. I thought he was brilliant. And then to bring him off, so surprised by that. Happy to see him back, though, in the starting lineup. But still, What are you doing there? Gotta keep him on. He's magic. But look guys, at the end of the day here, we have got the win that we needed at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. Lionel Messi's first ever goal at the venue. And certainly, it was a very, very hard-fought win. And what I'll leave you with today is, of course, I want to know your thoughts on the game. I want to know exactly how you thought we played. Obviously, like I keep saying, it wasn't vintage Barça. But we did what we could. We got the result. It doesn't paper over the cracks. We know certainly there's still improvements that need to be made. But let me know in the comments down below what you felt of today's game. And the big question is this Lionel Messi's final goal as a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner? Let me know in the comments down below. And tomorrow, guys, it's coming. It's Ballon d'Or Day. And believe me, I've got a video already planned. I'll see you then. But until next time, as always, Vasca el Barça.
Barça, Barça.